I am Geek, I'm the card casual, but what we're talking about today is anything but casual. Yeah, basically I saw some news come up on my feed earlier today, some new stuff for OP10. I thought Lord been revealed as our manga card, that was going to be it, but they gave us something even crazier. In my opinion, I think it's crazier. I think it's sick, it's something a bit different. Like the way mangas have been going recently, I feel like we were due like a little bit of a nothing like crazy, but a little bit of a change. But I thought we've also got some more updates for OP10, some new cards that have come out. I've not seen them yet. I thought I'll go through them. I'll go through them with you. I'll see them for the first time. We can have a look, see if we think they're any good. Obviously from a bit of a casual's perspective, maybe I can't give you the full lowdown, but we'll have a look. We'll see what we think. Right, so the first card here is a Sabo. It's Dressrosa, Revolutionary Army. It's a 2k, so that's good. 4 cost, 5,000 power, good stat line. If one of your characters other than Sabo with an original cost of 7 or lower would be removed from the board by your opponent's effects, so that's like regardless of how, it can be KO, trashed, bottom decked, you may instead return this character to your hand. Okay, cool. So it's a 2k counter, which you're putting back into your hand, so that's good off the bat anyway. I assume what people are gonna do is just remove this instead, or remove this first. It seems good though. Seems good. Like for one turn, you can protect something, potentially get a 2k back into your hand. Seems pretty good to me. I assume this is for, or like, ideally this is for Usopp and Rebecca. We're gonna have to see what that shapes into, like the kind of decks that we see. I don't know if it can fit something like this. Yeah, maybe it's like a 2 of. Although it's a 2k counter. It's a 2k counter, so you probably this probably will be, yeah, maybe a 2 to 4 of. Yeah, I don't know. Seems good. Okay, so this is the crazy card. This is the crazy card that we're gonna see a madness about later. Let's see if the card itself looks any good. It's a 1 cost red event, 4 emperors, red hair pirate. So it's, well, obviously we know that divine departure. It's Shanks's move. Is it Shanks's move? Yeah, no, sorry. So this was Roger's move, right? This was Roger's move that he learnt by like watching him do it or something like that, I assume. Anyway, the main is you may rest 5 Don, KO up to one of your opponent's characters with 8,000 power or less. So that's crazy for one. I mean, 6, you're using 6 Don up. So it's not like it's a like actually 1 cost. If it was 1 cost and 8k power or less, that card is broken. Every red deck runs this card. I mean, it might anyway, to be honest with you. It's also got a counter. Choose up to one of your leaders or characters, it gains 3. So it's like a 3k counter for 1 cost. I think this is sick. If it was just one or the other, it would be maybe a bit meh. But the fact that you can choose, like, it's basically either for 6 Don, remove an 8k character, which is most of them, like the large majority of them. And then, especially if you're using this in certain decks where you're reducing power like you are in Shanks, you can probably remove anything from the board, I assume. Yeah, you've got 4 Don left. I'm trying to think what cards reduce things by that much, but at least a 10k you're going to be able to get rid of off the board. And there's only like 4, 5, 6 other cards that are more than that, so maybe closer to 10 now, but like ones that are actually ran, it's not that many. So yeah, I think this is sick. And then if you don't want to do that, or you don't have the opportunity to do that, you can just use it as counter. Banger. Brook. So it's an Odyssey. I've still not clocked this Odyssey deck yet. I know a lot of it's to do with like your rested characters. So let's see if it's to do with that. It's a 3 cost, 5,000 power, no counter, which not great for a 3 cost. On KO, rest up to one of your opponent's leaders, or cost 5 or lower characters. I think that seems pretty good, to be honest. I think that seems pretty good. So you've got, for 3k, free cost, you've got a like baseline attacker. You attack with it, it's rested, and then if they want to get rid of it, they have to risk one of their 5 costs or lower. I think that's pretty good. I think that's pretty good. Like, I think if it had counter, this would be way more busted than it is. Yeah, I think it's good. We'll take that. As a Bonnie player, do I think this fits in? I don't know. I really don't know. But on face value, I think it looks pretty good. Broken, maybe not. Good, yes. We've got a Frankie, 4 cost, 5,000 power, 1k counter. Odyssey Straw Hat again. There's something about the art of these, that like all the Odyssey ones, that are a little bit different that I do like. Is it all the same artist? No, these two are. Anyway, 4 costs, 5,000 power, 1k counter, Odyssey Straw Hat. Once per turn, if this character were to be KO'd in battle, you may instead add the top card of your life to your hand. If this character were to be KO'd in battle, you may instead... Okay, so it's not like you have to. You can choose. So like if you've got a lot of life left, like you probably don't want to do this if you're low on life, obviously. But yeah, instead of this being KO'd, you can take the top of your life to your hand. You get card advantage. You get to keep your character on board. Seems decent. I don't know if it seems amazing. Again, I don't really know the Lim deck. Maybe in Lim that's something you really want to do. Not sure. Seems okay. Got a Lim card, speaking of Lim. 1 cost, 0 power, 1k counter, Odyssey, obviously. Once per turn, if this character were to be removed from the board by one of your opponent's effects, you may instead rest one of your other Odyssey characters. End of your turn, you may set one of your Odyssey type characters out as active. Okay. So if this character were to be removed from the board, so in any way, it doesn't have to be KO'd, instead, rest one of your other Odyssey characters, and then end of your turn, you can set that character back as active. Yeah, seems good. Seems good. It's like quite a techie card. Like I feel like it's very situational, but it does seem like something that could be very effective. Again, I really need to check this Lim deck out. I think it's like the only one that I've not checked out from, what was that, from OP9. But it's coming to us soon. Maybe I'll give it a go. It really doesn't. I've played a bit of Odyssey. I've still not finished it, but yeah, it's not doing it for me yet. Right, we've got a Perona, 4 cost, 5,000 power, 1k counter. Odyssey, Shakiru Kingdom, Threaderbark Pirates. Your turn, once per turn. When a character is rested by one of your effects, set up to one of your Donners active. So that, from what I'm gathering from this Lim deck, is there's a lot of resting your own characters. Like, this Lim does it. So, does it work if this character is rested from it? Because even if you have these two on the field, and this character rested Perona, would you then get it done up? If so, like, makes sense. Seems good. Again, I don't think either of them seem, like, broken, but we will see. Luffy, Supernova. Okay, so we're getting more Supernova package stuff. This is what I'm looking forward to more than anything else, and I'm glad we get a Luffy. Obviously, we were gonna get a Luffy. Like, if there's anyone out of the Supernovas that we're excited about, it's Luffy. 1 cost, 2k power, 1k counter. On play, look at the top 5 no. Okay, so it's a Supernova searcher, but it can't search itself. But that also means it can't search... We have 1 yellow Supernova already, right? Luffy. So it can't search that. I don't think that's a big deal breaker. I think the main cards we're going to want to search are probably not that 1 Luffy card that we've got. So yeah, good. Obviously, always going to need a like generic searcher for any archetype. We've got that. I really hope this gets a cool... In fact, this art alone, I really like. So this Fishman Island, it looks like. See Kami there. Can't remember the name of the starfish dude. Yeah, it's cute. I like it. I hope we get a nice alt art for that. Sugar, 1 cost, 1k, counter 1k. Activate main. You may rest one of your Don and this character. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck. Okay, so we've got like a Bonnie / Baby 5 type searcher for purple. Rest 1 Don. Look at your top 5. Reveal. Add it to your hand. Place it at the bottom of your deck. If this doesn't get removed, you can just use it over and over again. It's not like this one where it's just a one-time on play. Yeah, good. Like, these two are always going to be staples. I love an activate main, one that you can use over and over again. Good stuff. Pika. That's both a Pikachu reference and a reference to how he actually speaks in the anime, if you don't know. 4 cost, 5,000 power. Not that anyone cares. 4 cost, 5,000 power, counter 1,000. Once per turn, if this character were to be KO'd by one of your opponent's effects, you may instead rest 2 of your Don. Interesting. So, if I'm not mistaken, the Sugar Leader and a bunch of your characters are trying to leave you Don up at the end of your turn anyway. Similar to the green-purple Dofi. So, this makes purple sense? This makes purple sense. If this character were to be KO'd by one of your opponent's effects, you may instead rest 2 of your Don. Cool. Yes, sounds good. Makes perfect sense. Again, none of these seem broken as of yet, which I think is good. I think we want to see good characters with good art, with good effects that make sense to their leaders, that we aren't going, oh, for fuck's sake, now we have to deal with this. It all looks good. This card I'm so looking forward to. If it's the alt art that I'm thinking I've seen for this, it looks so good. So we've got a Kuzan SR, 5 cost, 5,000 power, former Navy. I was really hoping that this was gonna say like sword as a hint to something in the anime / manga, but maybe we'll get that at some point. This character cannot be removed from the field by your opponent's effects. Okay, I mean that's great in and of itself. And then it has activate main. You may trash this character, draw 1 card, then play up to 1 Blackbeard Pirates type character card with a cost of 5 or less other than Kuzan from your trash. Okay, that's sick. That's sick. So as long as you can keep it on the field, are you gonna want to attack with the, yeah, because you're gonna want to attack with this first, right? Are you just gonna want to do that straight away? Are you gonna want to keep it on the field at all, like 1 turn, or are you just gonna want to play it, pass, and then next turn you attack, trash it, draw a card, and then play a Blackbeard's pirate? Probably, realistically. Yeah, that sounds sick. Oh, I'm gassed. I do want to play Blackbeard in 09. I know we're not going to have this in 09, but this makes me excited for things to come for that deck. Got a 2 cost, 0 plower? Jesus Christ, my guy. 0 power, 2k counter, Dressrosa, cool, so we can use that in our Usopp deck. Dressrosa, Wano, Kazuki family. Activate main. You may rest this character and one of your leader or stages with Dressrosa type. Give up to one of your opponent's characters -2 cost for the turn. I mean, yeah, so it's a 2k counter, which is great anyway. You always want 2k counters that have like a decent effect. You want them to be able to be searchable, which, I mean, yeah, it is. Obviously, depending on what deck you're using, but if we're using Dressrosa searches in Rebecca, in Usopp, this is good. You may rest this character and one of your leaders or stages. So we have a Dressrosa Coliseum, or whatever is it Corrida Coliseum? I feel a lot of these characters have the effect of leader or stage, which works way better with Rebecca, obviously, because Rebecca can't attack. If you do that with Usopp, you are losing like 1 swing, but again, in certain situations that might be absolutely fine. So this one's a win. This one's a win from me. Then we have Gum Rhino Schneider. Black event, 1 cost, Dressrosa, Supernova, Straw Hat Crew. So this is Luffy's attack, obviously. We've got him in like Gear 4. I assume that's Dofi. That's got to be Dofi, right? Main, give up to one of your Dressrosa type characters plus 2k for this turn. Then if you have 10 or more cards in your trash, that character gains banish for the turn. And trigger draw 2 cards, discard. Okay, yeah, this is great. This is great. For one cost, you can gain 2,000 power and also have banish. So this is going to be great against yellow, good against NL, good against Katakuri. What else? What else is yet? Very good against Vegapunk. Yeah, I like it. I like it. Usopp's looking mad right now, I can't lie. Usopp's looking mad. Was very excited for this one. I think that room is such like an iconic lore, but also like One Piece thing. I feel like everyone loves like that. Anytime that happens in the anime is a bit gassy. And we've got a yellow 1-cost Supernova Heart Pirates event counter. If you have 1 or less life, give up to one of your leaders or characters plus 3k power for this battle. Then set up to one of your 5-cost or lower characters as active. Trigger, draw 1 card. Trigger, draw 2 cards, then discard 1. I don't know if this second one is meant to be there, because if you look at the actual card, there's one thing there, and it looks quite short. That one's quite short. I'm gonna go ahead and assume that that's a mistake, and that it's just draw 1 card. I think it's a good trigger. Drawing 1 is always good. I think this is great. If you have 1 or less life, give up to one of your leader or characters 3,000 plus power, then set up to one of your 5 costs as active. That is sick. That is sick. I think this gets run. This has to get run in every yellow deck, no? Am I missing something? If you have 1 or less life, like, okay, it's situational, but you just save these till you need them at the end, no? If you have 1 or less life, give up to one of your leaders or characters plus 3,000 power for this battle, then set up to one of your 5 cost or lower characters as active. Yeah, I mean, it looks good to me. I think that's sick. So that's all the leaks. I got one more thing to show you. And I think I've already seen some negativity about it, as we always do with everything that gets released. Woo! All right. I don't know, like, from this, okay, yeah, like it's like a 2D scan. You can't see any of the foiling, whatever. The art itself, obviously this is from the manga, right? This is from the manga panel where Shanks uses Divine Departure against a certain pirate crew that came to mess. If you can see it, you can see it. If you're not up to this part, I don't want to ruin it, but it is like spectacular. As you can see, I've already said how I feel about it in the comments. There is a video of it which we will have a look at. Big up Orange Samurai D, by the way. This is on his Instagram. Jeez. You cannot tell me that does not look sick. You cannot. So what we basically have is a manga event card. Look, do I think that this is going to be like the Gear 5 Luffy? Oh my god, it's going to be the most expensive. No, I don't care. It doesn't matter. We've got lore as a normal manga. We're getting a second manga. It's not like it's replacing anything. I think this is so sick. I'm glad they're trying something new, which, you know, like, if some people don't like it, or the majority of people don't like it, they can just not do it again. I think when people see this card properly with, like, a picture or a video, I think you're going to see that it looks ridiculous. Yeah, I think it's outstanding. I think the fact that it's still it's still something from the manga. They haven't like changed. It's still like a manga card. They haven't changed the whole concept. They've gone like a little bit left with it. I think it's sick. Yeah, let me know what you think. Are you impressed with some of the cards you've seen for OP10? Is it like a set in general that you're looking forward to? Like as a collector, as a player, are you excited for it? Because there's... When I first saw the release, I was a bit not too sure. Usopp was like the only thing that I was looking forward to. Then we saw more cards released for it. We saw the yellow supernova package. And now I'm like... I'm way more excited as a player to play OP10 than I am OP9. Even though I'm really excited for OP9. And like, yeah, I want to play Blackbeard, maybe Buggy. I'm nowhere near as excited to play those as I am Law, Kid, and Usopp. Like, so gassed. This, I think, is incredible. I don't care if you don't think it's incredible. Yeah, I'm here for this. Here for this all day long. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments below. Also, feel free to jump in the Discord. We'll chat about it there as well, like we do everything. I'll leave a link to it in the description below. Have a good week, and I've got a couple more boxes of PRB that we're going to be opening on the channel later on in the week. So I'll catch you then, in a bit.